Reorganization? All right. How are we reorganizing here?
All right.
Make a,
You have to be a chair, you have to open the floor up for nominations from the members.
all right, we open the floor for nominations.
Pick
What
a
do we
seat.
have, gentlemen?
Start with the chair, say chair. For nomination for the chair, you should say.
Oh, nominations for the chair. What do we have before us, gentlemen?
I'll nominate Jeff DeBona for the chair.
All right. All right, we have a nomination for Jeff DeBona,
Then you gotta vote.
and we have a second. We're going to put it to a vote. All righty. What do we have? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Opposed?
Opposed? Against? Anybody? Alrighty, so what do we have? 4-0 for 5-0 for Jeff to be the next chair. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I guess we switch seats.
You want to switch seats?
And then you
All
take
right. Turn this around.
So wherever you want.
We'll make it real official. All right. Do I have nominations for vice chair?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Mark Burke for vice chair.
Second.
All right. That motion has been made and seconded for Mark Burke for vice chair. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? 5-0-0. All right, do I have a nomination for member clerk?
Nominate John Sullivan.
Second?
Motion has been made and seconded to nominate John Sullivan for member clerk. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Thank you. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Congratulations to the new reorganization here.
Good leadership.
New leadership to this organization. Love that.
All right, the next item on our agenda is new hearing 24-6 for 29 Center Street. We have a familiar face here tonight, Ms. Barbara LaRue from our planning board. Would someone like to read that into the record?
Yes. The applicant is seeking a sign permit for temporary signage to accompany the Pigs on Parade fundraiser from June 2024 through September 2024 to be located on the Town Common Sculpture Park.
Not,
Welcome.
Huh?
hi, not located in the sculpture park, actually on the common.
Yeah,
It says,
for 29 Center Street.
Oh, okay. Well, I can explain if I may.
Well, it says on the town, Mr. Chairman, it says located on both the town common and Sculpture Park.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations to the new chair and vice chair. I am here representing the sculpture park. We have a fundraiser that's starting in June and running through early September. It involves large fiberglass pigs that will be installed on the common and smaller ones as well. And they are sponsored by companies, and we want to be able to allow the companies to have a sign to acknowledge their sponsorship and let them give a little bit of information about the company. This is an example. It's a little dirty because I pulled it up out of the ground in the sculpture park. The pigs will actually be installed on the common. Each pig would have a sign similar to this. It may not be the exact same color, but it would be the same material, same size, not lit in any way. It will include the name of the pig, the name of the sponsoring company, perhaps one tagline, and a QR code. They're very easily installed into the ground with these very thin metal spikes. When you remove them, they really do not damage the turf or anything else. So that is what I'm asking for, and I'm happy to take your questions.
All right, we'll start the questions with Rob.
How many pigs/signs?
There will be 16 pigs. If it's possible, we could have, give or take a couple, but I expect it will probably be 16.
But no more than one sign per pig?
Correct.
Great. That's all I got.
Jeremy?
I don't have any questions.
Mark?
no questions.
John?
Yeah, I have some questions. So, What's gonna be on the sculpture park? Just the little pigs, you said?
Oh, none of the pigs are expected to be installed in the sculpture park. We're expecting 10 large pigs and 6 little pigs all to be installed on the common. The exact locations are going to be worked out between the sculpture park and the recreation department, so I don't have exact locations, but on the common, not near the memorial area of the common, and not near the police station. That's all I know right now.
Well, that's my major problem with it. I don't think it's appropriate to put up a sign to say pigs on parade on the common, anywhere. But, so that's my problem. I would like to see you change that verbiage. But, I mean, I have no problem with the concept of it at all. I don't have a problem with the pigs of it. I do have a problem with the sign, pigs on parade. So I think we need to come up with something different.
Through the chair, I don't expect there to be a sign that says pigs on parade, except perhaps a temporary sign on the corner advertising the one-day opening event. But I would like to let you know that I have discussed this before we moved forward. We had discussions with the police chief and with town administration. The police chief also reached out, he told me, to both of the police unions and to his staff to make sure there was no conflict, and they gave it the thumbs up. He has no problem with it, nor do his unions.
Mr. Chairman, so I have a problem with the whole thing then, because the application specifically asks for temporary signage, pigs on parade.
That's how it is written.
Well, the project is called Pigs on Parade. The signs will actually be as I described.
Okay, there'll be no
Sponsor.
sign anywhere that says pigs on
Yeah.
parade.
There will
It's
probably
a sign
be-
permit for temporary signage to accompany the Pigs on Parade fundraiser. There's no specific about what the sign is. It is saying just temporary signage for Pigs on Parade, in quotes. So we kind of need a little bit more information on this, but I have a couple things I want to address, but I want to let John finish.
Well,
What do you-
I
what he
mean,
has to
that
say.
gives me some more room there.
Well,
If this, as long as I can be assured there's not gonna be a sign on the common or the sculpture park that says pigs on parade, then
The
I won't have a
select,
problem.
these signs are not going to say Pigs on Parade, the ones that I'm asking you for tonight. On the corner of the common, you know, where they have temporary banners, I would call them?
Well, I know they have one on the corner of
Yes, the
Bedford Street.
corner, on the Bedford Street, Center Street corner. The select board has given permission for a banner on the corner of the common for 1 week prior to the opening event, and that would say Pigs on Parade and have the logo that the high school students designed. That was already approved by the select board.
How can it be approved without, we haven't given them the variance for it yet?
No, this is not I'm here for these signs. You're asking me if there'll ever be a sign that says Pigs on Parade. That is a separate one, the one on the corner of the common that the select board approved. People put signs there all the time, as you know. There's one up there right now for, I think, the library sale, and the select board always approves those.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think about this.
All right, I had a few things I wanted to address on it. So just to echo what John said about the actual verbiage of Pigs on Parade, I don't think it would be very good to put a sign that says Pigs on Parade in front of the police station. We would end up on national news, people
do
would be
not
making fun
intend.
of us across the country.
We do not intend to do
Very, very not PC. So that was just
Not
one
the
piece I
intent.
had. The other piece is, the town common is under the jurisdiction of the selectmen. So I actually reached out, and they're not done with the hearing they're having with you as far as for the pigs.
They've
That's what I
already
was
given
told.
permission, they voted on it.
I was told that they did not.
Who told you that?
The chairman of the board,
The current chair?
current chair.
They already voted. It was, the vote has been taken, they voted. At the next meeting that they can take me, I'm going to go back to ask them about tweaking the dates, because originally the dates that they approved were from June 1st to October 30th. We can't install on June 1st. We're going to install on June 22nd, so I'm asking them permission to stay till September 7th. That is the only change that I've requested, and they did already vote in approval.
Okay.
It was unanimous.
So what I was told on this is we can't even grant a sign permit because it is selectmen's jurisdiction for what goes on the common. We're gonna need some more information. When we grant a sign permit, we need to have a plan to reference to, not just the display there. So
So
what I'm
Chairman
gonna
Estrella
ask,
told you that this project was not approved?
Chairman Morandi told me
Oh,
that.
Morandi is the
So
new
this is
chair?
prior, yes.
Prior to what?
If they reorganized and Morandi is no longer the chair, I'm unaware of that.
I
But
thought
I
the
spoke with
chair
him about that.
was Mike Runyon prior to
And
prior to the election.
yes, so Joe Morandi is now currently the chair. So I was correct.
Okay, I did not know that. Well, I would be happy to provide any more information that you require, but the Pigs on Parade project has been approved.
Okay, I'd like to find out a little bit more about that. So,
Okay, but you're not asking me for, I'm not asking you for permission about the Pigs on Parade. I'm asking you for permission about the signs.
yeah, so
What other information do you need about the signs?
it's something we can put into a decision.
What
We
specifically
need
would
a
you
plan.
need?
We need to reference, it's going to be a this many inches by this many inches sign staked in this way. There's not gonna be any lighting. We need something
Okay.
on paper.
I did reach out to who I thought was your previous chair, Mr. Viveros, and,
Yep.
and he indicated that if I could bring this, that, because it's the correct size, shape, and material, that that would be sufficient. If that is not sufficient, then I think the only piece of information you're missing is the exact placement on the common, is that correct?
That would also be,
Okay, that currently is, it's something that we need to work out along with Recreation, because they need to be able to mow around them, and we need to make sure we place them in areas that are convenient for that purpose.
yeah.
So that is the only
Like to know how many
16.
location, I mean, when you guys do a decision at planning, you're basing it off of a plan, that I have to have the same thing. And I'm
It will
not
be
trying to be
16.
rude by saying that.
There will be 16, so it sounds like the only question is exact placement.
Yes,
Now, I've reached out to Recreation. They have provided me with a draft map, I guess you could call it, that shows where they have areas sort of scoped out already for Celebrate Burlington. The map that they gave me is not to scale, and it's last year's map. So it's the best we have, and that's what we'll be working on. I have a meeting with Recreation next week, at which point we should finalize the exact the approximate locations of the pigs.
yes.
So if that's the only piece of information we're missing, I could come back after that meeting and bring you that same map with the locations identified.
Okay, so the meeting you're attending on that, let me look at a calendar here, 1 second.
The recreation meeting is not probably on the town calendar because it's not, it will not include a forum of any board. It's just a meeting between a couple of members of Burlington Sculpture Park and a couple of people
Yeah,
on recreation.
I'm just trying to
staff.
look at it to coincide with our next
With yours,
meeting. So we
okay.
have a meeting May 7th, and we have a meeting May 21st.
Okay.
Actually, what is,
May 7th should be fine. We should have the decision by then.
okay. All right. Yeah, and I can certainly discuss with you in the interim on that for what we would need for the next meeting, so.
And do your meetings usually start at 7:30?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Okay, all right, so, it sounds like the only
Yeah,
thing you
we
need is the
need
map.
something rough. Obviously, it's a
Yeah.
fundraiser.
Right.
We don't want to have to make you spend money to create a real design, but something sketched out on paper that says it.
The map.
Signs, we don't need the formal site plan,
Okay, I don't think
obviously,
there was
but
a
just
site plan.
something we can put into a decision and something we can actually make a decision off of. Yes, John?
So what is the fundraiser for?
The sculpture park.
For the sculpture park itself? So I'm okay with all that. I just want to be clear with you, that if that pigs on parade sign is going to stay in the mix, then I'll be voting against it. I understand that the
You're
selectmen
not
voted it on
voting
their
on
own.
that.
I see it as part of the whole process,
Yeah.
and that's how I'll be
That's
voting.
what we're getting advertised.
I'll be voting no on it.
Okay, I don't know how the advertisement is written. If you prefer, I'd be happy to rewrite the advertisement for the next time I come, because The signs that I'm asking you to make a decision on will not say Pigs on Parade.
Okay, so
I
then,
understand that.
then I'd have to ask you to withdraw without prejudice, that to be a new application.
Okay,
If you're fine with that, I don't wanna make this harder for you.
right.
I want to work with you, it's a good thing for the community.
I agree.
Before we go any further,
wait.
Yes.
you can go through all that if you like, and if you come back with a new application and that Pigs for Parade sign is still part of it, I'll be voting no.
My application before the Board of Appeal will not have Pigs on Parade
Okay,
in it.
do as
If-
you wish,
but No,
as long as I made
I'm
my
trying to
comments.
clarify, because if you're going to vote against it no matter what I do, then
No,
I
I'm
probably
gonna vote
am not
against
going
it
to
if that
support
sign is gonna be on the property.
The sign that the Select Board approved
Right,
already
that sign, yeah, that sign.
will be on. It has nothing to do with this
Then
application.
you know what my vote's gonna be.
Then it probably doesn't make sense for me to withdraw, does it, Mr. Chair?
That's one vote, I can't tell you what the other members will do, they would
My
have
vote
to
will
tell
be
you.
Yes.
I'm sorry?
My vote will be yes.
Well, there you go.
So that's entirely up to you, but
All I'm
for a new
ask-
advertisement, I'd have to have you withdraw and resubmit. That's,
What I'm asking this board to vote on are the temporary signs that I'm showing to you.
yes.
I completely understand that you need a map showing you where they would be located. I cannot,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
we'd need,
change the application unless you think it's necessary.
I would say that it would be necessary, just because it just says temporary sign accompanying the fundraiser. If an application came in looking for 16, whatever the dimensions are, that's 6 by 9 signs to be placed in accordance with the Pigs on Parade fundraiser, that would be something we could better decide off of, just a sketched up, this is what they are, that we'd be comfortable with something like that to be able to make a decision.
So your recommendation is that I
This doesn't describe enough of what's going on, in my opinion, and
So your recommendation is that I withdraw without prejudice?
withdraw and
And may I
resubmit.
reach out to you so that we could work on that wording together?
Absolutely.
Okay. One last question. When I applied, the previous chair waived the fee because we are a nonprofit and town-owned property. May I expect the same?
Yes, I will honor that.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Anything else? All right, do I have a motion to withdraw without prejudice?
Motion to withdraw without prejudice.
Second.
All right, the motion has been made and seconded to withdraw application 24-6 for 29 Center Street, to withdraw without prejudice. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? 5-0-0.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you,
I
Barbara.
will reach out, would email best?
Yeah, you have my email, my cell.
Okay, thank you.
We'll figure it out. Thank you. All right.
Motion to approve the minutes for April 2nd.
The next,
I don't want the sign up there that says Pigs on Parade.
the next item on our agenda is to approve the minutes from April 2nd. Who was here for April 2nd meeting? Everyone?
Well, I saw it, I signed the,
And you signed the documentation on that? All right, so anyone have any questions regarding that?
No questions.
Do we have a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion-
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes from April 2nd, 2024. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? 5-0-0. All right, anything else anyone has?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Good night.